God. It is completely miserable outside. 4 days ago it was 70 degrees and now it's snowing and raining. Disgusting. So welcome back everyone for another video. I think we're gonna start tearing into doing the rear end. Sounded weird. I think we're gonna start tearing into the rear end. I think we're gonna start tearing apart the rear end. Sounds a little better. Gonna start doing the differential, so have it sitting on the other side behind the car. I gotta get the back jacked up, but I probably should pull the car forward a little bit. I got a ton of space here, not as much space over there. Still waiting on the O2 sensor, so this is just how I left it last video. Go check that one out. Just maintenance stuff. Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna lower the front, pull it up, and then jack it up again. I don't know. We'll be right back. All right, so the car's jacked up. Gonna take the wheels off, and then we're gonna start diving into what else we need to take off. I know the e-brake cable goes to each caliper, so I have to see where I could disconnect that. I should remember because I just did the rear brakes, but gotta disconnect the drive shaft. I think I gotta take off part of the exhaust, so let's get under there. I'm actually gonna spray stuff down with WD-40 first, because I'll show you which bolts, but I'm deathly afraid of snapping them, so I don't know if I'm gonna WD-40 then heat it with the torch to crack them loose, just to be on the safe side, but I'm not too sure just yet, but let me spray them down and then we'll go under together. And before we get too deep into this, this is gonna be a multi-parter. I'm not gonna finish everything in this one video because I'm probably not even gonna finish everything today. Just gonna take it slow over the course of the next, well, I guess, week. I still have to work every single day, so it's Monday right now, I'm off, and then maybe I'll do more during the week if I have some time, or Sunday, but gonna take this slow, so you're gonna have to subscribe to see the entire swap. I'm gonna try to upload them close together if I can, but subscribe. I'll probably wind up soaking those again before I actually attempt to crack them open. But let's go under and do a quick once over of everything that has to get removed that I know has to get removed offhand, and then when we finally get to the point of lowering it, we're gonna do it nice and slow and see what I forgot, because I probably forget stuff. So we're underneath right now. This will be better, I don't know. Underneath right now, obviously, exhaust is gonna have to come off because that's blocking differential, blocking the subframe from coming down. The drive shaft is behind that. Can't really, I mean, it's right there if you can see through it. Then you have to take things off like the coilovers, and I'm actually not too sure what else after that. Obviously there's one of these on each side and then one of these on each side. I believe this bracket has to come down with it, and then we might be able to drop it down slowly. It should come down as a whole assembly, so I'm gonna start taking the exhaust off. This is fun already. I'm already regretting getting into this project, but something I've been meaning to do for probably over a year, so let me just get this over with. I'll never have to do it again after this, hopefully. Yeah, so let's start disconnecting stuff. Exhaust is off. That was exhausting. Alright, so we're gonna disconnect. Ooh, that is very bright. Gonna disconnect the drive shaft now. One issue I've just noticed with that is I am missing one of the bolts out of the drive shaft. So gonna have to worry about ordering one of those. And now that I'm down here, I think I remember that the e-brake is on. So that's gonna be an issue when I have to rotate this. So I'm gonna have to get back up after this. Yep. All right, future reference, I am going to Loctite the shit out of these because these aren't that tight. All right, drive shaft's off. I don't know if these e-brake cables are connected to everything. I can disconnect them from over here. I don't know if you can even see where I'm pointing, but I can disconnect them from back here. I have the wires from my underglow. It's still connected to areas, but I'm probably gonna tackle those when I take this, when I start dropping this, because then it gives me more room to disconnect stuff. Yeah, let's dive into this part now. This is the part that I really didn't want to do, but it's got to get done. All right, so one thing, like I said, I was going to forget some stuff. One thing, you got to take the brake calipers off. Make sure you don't hang them from the brake lines. So do something like this. If you have a bungee cord, bungee it, but I use a zip tie. It's kind of dark, but you can do that. These are, for anyone that has a keen eye, I can show you from the other side actually. So anyone that realizes these are the Z32 brake calipers for the rear. It was an annoying upgrade to do, but it was a really cool upgrade to do. So I do have a little instructional, I'll link it up here, doing the rear brakes and the e-brake. This is a working e-brake at the moment. Most S chassis, the e-brake is part of the caliper. The e-brake is part of the drum. So remove that, zip tie it up, and then we're gonna have to worry about the e-brake lines when we drop everything. Our brake caliper is unbolted and zip tied up. Drive shaft is unbolted. Rear coilovers are unbolted. I think it's just time to do these dreaded bolts over here. The ones that hold the whole subframe in, and then oh god, and then we'll deal with lowering it and disconnecting the e-brake. Disconnecting the e-brake from the caliper, from the rotor itself, is going to be a complete pain in the ass. So I'm going to disconnect it from underneath the car, but I will show you that in a minute. Actually, I'll show you that right now. I have a creeper, and I'm still not using it. Okay, that thing right there, that's the e-brake. Actually, I don't know if it's going to be loose enough to disconnect it as is, but those are the two e-brake cables that run to the back. Runs that way by the diff. One goes back that way, one goes the other way, and to the rotor butts. All unbolted. Got some zip ties I'm gonna have to cut. That's for my underglow, so I'm gonna cut those off, and then this bracket. I'm trying to do this as easy as possible. This bracket got 1, 2, and 3. Gotta take that off, then do one on the other side, and then those other bolts, and then we're gonna start lowering it. Just realizing that it ran these wires through the subframe, so that's gonna suck when I go to lower this. Gonna have to undo everything and then redo it all. Great. I decided what I'm also gonna do is put a little bit of anti-seize on these bolts. So hopefully, if they want to catch, because you saw how those other ones were coming off. Hopefully the end of this just like, I know anti-seize is always a complete mess, but I'd rather make a mess than snap these bolts, so don't touch yourself. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna try to break it with the breaker bar. Crack it loose. So I'm gonna try to crack it loose with the breaker bar. Then we'll see. Okay. One. I'm just loosening them, and then we're gonna throw the jack underneath. All right, one more. All right, So success cracking those loose. Now we're gonna put the jack underneath it. Then we're gonna completely loosen them all the way. Here goes nothing. I'm probably gonna need some sort of ratchet to get the other ones out. I don't think the impact gun's gonna get in there with the tow arm. I think there's a tow arm. Yep, okay. Now, this is when we do this without trying to drop everything. I think it got you in a good spot. It's a good chance this thing completely falls off, but that's the risk I'm willing to take right now. I might have to open this garage door in a little bit just to roll this out even more, but here goes nothing. All right, we're lowering. Okay. Hold that, see what... Can't see if we're stuck on anything still. Let me get a better visual. As far as I can see, I think it's just the e-brake and that one line from the underglow. This is probably gonna fall once again. I'm saying it before it does. I don't think there's anything valuable there, other than some like wires. Scared the shit out of me. I'm just gonna continue letting that go down slow, because doesn't seem like anything got too messed up. Let me stop it right there. Whatever line that is, let me see what line that is, and I think everything's disconnected. Yeah, that's off. Looks like we're all disconnected here. Let's come down slow more. And that's a differential. I mean subframe. That's a subframe. Boom. Let's look what we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those bushings will be changed. I do have new ones there, and then I believe, then I think I do have the differential bushings, but the mount for these looks different than the ones that I have over here, so it's a lot bigger hole there than the one on my car, but let's try to not destroy my nice powder coated wheels. Added a jack to the front just to extra safety. Figure better safe than sorry. Took a lot of weight out of the rear. Don't want it to teeter, so just do it. All right, so brake time. Roy, I like the pamplemousse ones. Let me know which one's your favorite. All right, so the differential's out. The differential. I don't know why I keep saying differential. All right, so the subframe's out. Not too sure how much further I'm gonna go with this video. I was planning on breaking this into multiple videos. If you're thinking of doing this yourself, it actually wasn't that bad. Just take your time with the four main that hold the whole subframe into the car. I didn't want to hit it directly with the impact gun, so what I did, I took a breaker bar and just gave it like nice smooth pressure on it until it cracked loose. I did WD-40 it. I think the first time I did it, first time I attempted to do it, I think I WD-40'd it, and then I did it again at the very beginning before I started taking everything else off. And then I mentioned the anti-seize. I put some of that on the end of the thread just so it wouldn't get caught, because those first four that hold that other bracket in didn't really want to come off very easily, so remember to do that. You could skip the whole step with the e-brake if you have stock brakes, so don't worry about that one. If you are interested in doing the Z32 brake upgrade, I will link it up here. I have a whole little series on that, on how to do the brake upgrade. It is a working e-brake. It's just a little loose e-brake right at the moment, so I will tighten that eventually. But subframe is out. I might clean it up. It is disgusting out right now. It's rain and snowing right now, and it's like 30 degrees. Or else I would take the pressure washer out and spray the whole thing down. But maybe I'll save that for another date. Good thing I decided to start doing this project because I was missing a drive shaft bolt. Not trying to convert to Bluetooth drive shaft. So I got to remember when I could find a bolt from somewhere to throw that one back in. Maybe actually I'll change all 4 of them so they're all the same. I got to remember to get another one to throw back in. I was just looking at the subframe bushings that I do have. I was saying that hole was bigger on the differential. I do have the diff bushings too, and it has the bushing for it. So no big deal on that one. Hopefully the bolt is long enough to fit through that. That's the only issue I'm thinking I may have. I don't know yet. Doing the bushings on the subframe, I heard it is the biggest pain in the ass to do, and you're better off just setting them on fire. I'm not sure if I want to do that, so I might look into other methods of getting that apart. Now that it's all apart, I can do some cleaning on it. I was thinking of possibly spraying it, but I feel like it's way too much work to spray paint that, especially taking all the stuff off of it just to spray paint it, that you'll never see it. So we'll see about doing that. I did want to pressure wash it though, but it is completely disgusting out. It's raining, snowing, windy, and like 30 something degrees, and it's horrible out. So I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do that. So I might hold off a little bit, or I might just send it without cleaning it. I don't know. All right, so I just decided that's gonna be the end of this video. You're gonna have to subscribe to see the rest of this. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with the differentials yet. I'm not too sure what I'm gonna do with all the bushings yet, if I'm gonna set them on fire or not. But that's it for now. I might continue filming after this, but it's gonna be a separate video. So subscribe. So hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and I will see you guys on the next one. Differential, drifty, whatever.